Tokyo Shinjuku Station bustles with activity. People going about their daily lives, rushing to work, returning home from school, starting a night out on the town. It's a scene repeated at train stations across the world's most populous city. But something about this one might strike you as a little off. Take another look. How many of the people you see do you think are Japanese? What might surprise you is that the answer is actually quite hard to say, maybe half and half. It might be more foreigners than Japanese. At first glance, it doesn't seem possible. You'd assume a place like Japan would be fiercely homogeneous, stuck in its own cultural bubble. And sure, 98% of Japan's 125 million people do identify as Japanese. But what about the other 2%? Well, that figure alone is over 2.5 million people, many of whom you likely pass every day without ever realizing it. They're your teachers, your doctors, even your coworkers. They're all around you. In fact, chances are you've passed by them every day without a second thought. So here's our show. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about immigrants in Japan. More specifically, we'll be discussing how they fit into the Japanese economy, what kind of impact they have, and whether Japan will soon need to start accepting more foreign workers in order to survive. Before we get into the specifics, though, let us take a moment to address a common point of confusion when it comes to foreign workers in Japan. And no, they aren't just tourists or students. Technically speaking, a foreigner who enters Japan simply for sightseeing or studies isn't considered an immigrant. In this video, we'll be talking about people who have immigrated to Japan, typically to work. Now that we got that cleared up, let's start by looking at the current situation. Convenience stores, construction sites, nursing homes, agriculture, these are the jobs that keep Japan running. And increasingly, they're being filled by workers from abroad. According to Statistics Bureau of Japan, as of 2023, there were over 1.8 million foreign workers in Japan. This number was more than quadrupled the amount in 2008, showing a steady increase over the past 2 decades. Many of these individuals are working in factories, kitchens, farms, and elder care centers, filling essential roles that help drive Japan's economy forward. While it's true that these workers are helping fill labor shortages, it's also important to acknowledge that they often face challenges. Many who enter technical intern training programs, for instance, are restricted in where they can work, change jobs, or even bring their families. There are similar restrictions on those with specified skilled worker visas. For a country that needs long-term labor, this creates a bit of a revolving door, not a stable solution.
Another significant point to consider is social integration. Language, education, cultural training, housing support, and anti-discrimination protections are vital. Without these, the road to integration is much tougher.
And while Japan is known for its politeness and hospitality, there's still a strong sense of us and them, especially outside of major cities. It's a reality that many foreign workers in Japan can attest to. Despite the challenges, however, these workers continue to play a vital role in Japan's economy and society. Their contributions should be acknowledged and supported. At the core of this issue is a demographic crisis. Japan's population is aging fast. By 2050, nearly 40% of the population is projected to be over 65 at the same time. The birth rate is at a record low. That means fewer young people entering the workforce and more elderly needing care. Already, industries like caregiving, agriculture, food service, and manufacturing are desperately short on labor, especially for physically demanding or low-paying roles. Many of these jobs are seen as unattractive by young Japanese people due to long hours, low wages, and limited career advancement. For example, Japan's elderly population is increasing, but the number of people working as caregivers is decreasing. This gap is being filled by foreign workers who are willing to take up these challenging roles. Similarly, in agriculture, foreign workers are playing a vital role in planting, harvesting, and processing crops. Their contributions help ensure that Japan's grocery shelves remain stocked with fresh produce. But Japan's population crisis is not limited to the elderly or specific industries. The country's overall population has been declining for years. This trend is expected to continue, which could have serious implications for Japan's economy and society. Some experts predict that Japan's population will decline by over 30% by 2060. This drop in population could lead to a smaller consumer market, fewer workers, and an increased burden on the elderly population. In response to this looming crisis, Japan has taken steps to encourage foreign workers to fill labor shortages. However, these efforts have had mixed results. Japan's technical intern training program, for instance, has faced criticism for low wages, poor working conditions, and even human rights violations. As a result, many foreign workers have left Japan or returned to their home countries. Despite these challenges, there's still a lot of potential upsides to opening up Japan to more foreign workers. A diverse workforce can bring new ideas and perspectives that can help boost innovation and productivity. Additionally, a younger, more diverse population can help alleviate some of the pressure on Japan's aging population. In the long run, embracing immigration could be crucial for Japan's continued growth and prosperity. So what does the future hold for Japan? How will the country address its labor shortages and population crisis? Will it embrace immigration or double down on its restrictive policies? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Japan's population crisis is a complex issue with far-reaching implications. It will require innovative solutions and a willingness to embrace change. If Japan wants to secure its future, whether through technological advancements, policy changes, or a combination of both, it's clear that Japan must adapt if it wants to thrive in the years to come. So what can Japan learn from other countries? How are other nations addressing similar challenges? What are some of the best practices for managing an aging population and labor shortages? One country that stands out is Singapore. Like Japan, Singapore is an aging society with a declining birth rate. However, Singapore has managed to maintain a strong economy and high quality of life by investing heavily in technology and automation. By embracing innovation, Singapore has been able to maintain productivity levels despite its aging population. Another good example is Canada. Unlike Japan, Canada has a relatively young population. However, Canada faces labor shortages in certain sectors such as healthcare and technology. To address this issue, Canada has implemented policies to attract and retain foreign workers. By streamlining the immigration process and providing incentives for employers to hire foreign workers, Canada has been able to fill labor shortages and boost its economy. These examples demonstrate that there is no one-size-fits-all solution to Japan's challenges. Instead, Japan needs to explore a variety of options and tailor them to its unique circumstances. One option that Japan could consider is investing in automation and technology. By embracing automation, Japan could reduce its reliance on human labor and maintain productivity levels despite its aging population. Another option is to implement policies to attract and retain foreign workers. By making it easier for foreign workers to live and work in Japan, Japan could tap into a global pool of talent and fill its labor shortages. Ultimately, Japan needs to be willing to experiment and try new things. If it wants to secure its future, the status quo is not an option. So what do you think? Should Japan embrace immigration to secure its future? Or should it focus on other solutions, like technological advancements? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives on Japan, society, and the real stories behind the headlines. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.